Hello, everyone. Let's get started. Please download Laboratory 15 and this CSV file, Excel file, and Hacker News file for the assignment. Okay, for the exercise. Okay, so and please make sure to download them and put them together in the same folder. All right, because we need to use it in today's lab. Okay. And today we are going to learn the part 2 of Pandas library. All right, please run the first script to identify your host name, kernel, username, and kernel information. And the second one, please input your name, your number, and the date. Okay. In the last slide, we learned how to create how to create a data frame, right? How to do the basic operations, like how to append new columns or rows, or how to remove them, and how to do the conditional selection, right? And today we need to deal with some more complicated situation, okay? So first one is a diagram about the data frame and the pandas, right? And next one here, we need to learn how to how to do the grouping operations for the data content, for the contents of the data frame, all right? And the first one, please make sure to import NumPy and pandas library, okay? And rename it as NP and the PD, right? Next one, we create a data frame from a dictionary. We learned two different ways to create a data frame. The first one, we can use like a table, 3 arguments, right? The table content, and the second one and the third one would be lists, right? We can use 3 lists to create a data frame, and we can also use the dictionary to create a data frame. But in this way, we can only input the column name and the table content. We cannot decide the row names, right? Let's check out. So you see all the keys, right? In this dictionary, there are 4 elements, the key value pairs. The keys here, they are all column names, right? And the values corresponding to each key, they are contents, right? Key A, B, C, right? And after that, we can do the grouping and the summing values, because here, as you see, we have 2 rows, like start from A, because the key, right? There are 3 kinds of keys, double A's, double B's, and double C's, right? So if we want to sum them together, we can use the group by function. The group by function, and then set is the column, right? And dot sum. Then it will group by this column. It should be a column name, all right? And then check out. So after that, you see that it's a result. The result would be the key A is sum them together. So 1 plus 4 is 5, right? And for the second one, 10 plus 13 is 23. Last one would be 33, right? It is how to group them together, group all the values, okay? And next one, we can also group only like selected columns, only 2 columns, not all the columns. You can use double square brackets here, right? Right, again, so only the first 2 columns. It's about how to group them together. It's very important. I think it's very, very useful, okay? It's about pandas, how to use pandas to do that. Okay, so any questions so far? Okay, next one is about how to filtering out the missing values. Perhaps in some raw data, there are some missing values. So here's some functions or methods to deal with this situation. So first one, we create a new data frame from a dictionary, right? It is about the 3 columns. It's similar with the last example of lab 14 but a little bit different because there are some missing values, right? As you see, we set none in the column 1, column 2, and after you write, it will be showing the it's NaN, right? It's a missing values, and then after that we need to deal with it. The first one we want to show the first method is about we can drop the row. We can drop any row that contains an NA code, right? We can drop an NA code, so we can use this way. It is the original data frame, right? We can data frame dot drop NA and this method. After that, we drop the third row, the fifth row, the seventh row, and the eighth row. Okay, so it will drop 4 rows. You see here, there are only 0, 1, 3, 5. So this one has been dropped, and last 2 have been dropped. Okay, it will drop the entire row. Okay, but we think it may perhaps we drop too many rows, right? And then the second way we can, okay, so here we need to calculate the mean value. We can calculate the mean value after that. It is the mean value from the column 1, 2, 4, and 6 plus together and divided by 4. Okay. And below we replace this code with some values. In this case, we can replace it as 0. Okay, it is at 0. You can write. It's another one. It's another method. Okay, because here we use the original df to deal with. Okay, 0. Then you see the all the non values have been replaced by 0. And it looks better, right? You can do more things. And another way we can replace this code with some other values. In this case, we want to replace it as the mean value of this column, right? Not only 0, we want to replace by the mean value. But there are some warnings I will show you first. As you see here, if you replace it by, in this case it's 0, in this case it's df.mean, it means each mean value of each column, right? And after that you have a warning, but it's not an error because you have an output completely, but you have a warning. It means here, if you can rate it, dropping of values is, so in the future we type of error. So because here, if you want to use the df.mean value, you need to make sure all the columns, they are numeric values, they are integers or floats. But in this case, in data frame, the column 3, they are strings. They are all strings, so they cannot be used to calculate the mean values, right? That's why here is some warnings. So that's why we have this cell. We use this cell to solve this warning. Okay, so we set another argument. We set is numeric only is true. So it means we only want to calculate the mean value of the columns which consist of integers or floats. Okay, not the strings. Let's see here. So the result would be the same. So the output would be the same, but there's no warnings because we set it correctly. We set is we only want the integers or floats to calculate the mean value. After that, you see the result mean value here. It is the mean value, and that's why here we replace 4 and 7, right? If you see here, it's 4 and 7. They are all non-code, and then we replace it as the mean value of this column 1. Okay, so it's a good way to how to deal with the missing values, or how to do the group and sum values. Okay, so any questions so far? Okay, next one. a data frame is very powerful. So pandas has methods to read common file types such as CSV, or like here is Excel and JSON. Ordinary are also kind of manageable. So on a machine, you can write script to retrieve the files from the internet and process it. So I will show you how to use the code to download files from the internet and then read it. Maybe in the following classes. Okay. So here, when you check this this data frame, you must see it's it's very, very familiar, because it's similar with the Excel, the sheets from Excels, right? So, and we can download and we can read from them. For instance, here is a CSV file and reading file, right? There are 4 rows and 4 columns. We can use this way .read the CSV function to read it, and the argument should be the CSV file. And please make sure you put this file with your lab file together, all right? And print out, right? So you see it's the same, right? It is the CSV reading file, and then it is output similar to the reading and the writing files. We can also read and write this Excel files. Excel, so you can set this style. Okay, so what is your question? So what is it? Please copy your errors and paste in the chat box. So such file directory. Okay, so yeah, so you need to download it from Blackboard, and please make sure to put this CSV file with your in the same folder with your lab 15. Okay, it means you didn't put this file in the same folder. Okay, please make sure to download it correctly and then put it in the same folder. Okay, yeah. And next one is how to read an Excel file. Here is the engine is open. Yeah, I'll just to use a set it and write and show the Excel. Show the content of this Excel file. Okay. All right. It is about how to read a file into a data frame. And next one is about how to deal with it and how to write a data frame into a file. So for instance, here we read this CSV file again and write to a new file. We call it CSV writing file 1.csv and read it again, show it out. Okay, so we read it and write to a new file. We call it a CSV. Let me refresh it. See, and you see it's different from the original copy, right? Because we have one more column and there is only from 0 to 3. It's not good because we don't want it, right? It will give you like a defaultly indexed row. So next time we use the index as false to remove this row or remove this column, right? And do that again. So as you see, it's exactly the same as the reading files, CSV files, right? Yeah, so please make sure to set its index as false if you don't want to have a numbered index. Okay. It is about the second one. So how to deal with the CSV file. And next one is okay. So any questions so far? Have any errors? Next one is about Excel. So the first one is Excel, and then rated.to Excel and the function and read it again. So let's check out. So you see we have double index, right, from this Excel. That's why here we need to use the index false again to remove it. So you see it's original copy. Yeah, so but it's for sure, but I think it's fun because in the original copy we have the numbered index from the Excel file, so it's fine. Yeah. So it means if you want to write a data frame to a file, it would be better to set the index argument as false. Okay, it will be true defaultly, and it will give you like a numbered list for the index. But if you don't want it, you can set it as false, set the index as false. Okay, so it is about the how to read CSV files and Excel files, and how to write a data frame to CSV files or Excel files. You need to make sure to use a to Excel function. Okay, it is about how, yeah. So it is about today's class, and please make sure to have to download this diagram. This is very, very useful. As you see here, you can find here is about handling missing data. So you can set the data drop NA or fill NA as some values, and the summarize data, right? So we learned in the last lab, and here is about how to combine some data sets. We don't have time to go over it one by one, but so you can learn it. Okay, so you can download it, and if you're not sure how to use it, you can use this way to check that. All right. Okay, today's exercise is about you can you need to read the Hacker News CSV file from the data directory into a data frame. So the Hacker News is from here, right? Please make sure to download it and put it in the same folder. Still, even if I moved in the same folder, so what is the same error? So what is the new error? It's the same. It's the same thing. No such file directory. Okay, so yeah, I think maybe we can solve it after the class. Okay, so you can stay in the meeting room, and I will check your code. Okay. Okay, so let me go over this exercise first. All right, so first one, you need to read the Hacker News CSV file from a directory into a data frame, and then get the row and the column rank of the data frame. So you need to use the lab 14. Okay, so you need to use the shape. Okay, get the shape is about the row and the column rank. Okay, and the second one, and then get the first 8 rows. So it means you need to use the head method. Remember the head method? Head method set is at 8, right? At 8. So to get the first 8 rows, get the count of unique values along the author column. The count of unique. So you need to use n unique, right? N unique means the number of the unique between the total numbers of unique values. And the last one here is about the mean values of the number contents, right? So you can use the mean value. Yeah, I forgot where is the mean value, but I'm pretty sure you can use the mean value here. Where is it? Okay, so you can explore it by yourself. Yeah, so you can just use a dot mean value, right? Dot mean function to get the value. Yeah, so it is about today's exercise. All right, so if you don't have any other questions, please feel free to leave the meeting, and see you on Friday. Please make sure to submit your work by the midnight of Friday. Okay, thank you guys. Have a good one. And if you have questions, please stay here or to can't So I'm not sure what do you mean by you cannot get the other two in the folder. So just download them and move it to in the same folder. So you just click, then okay, so just download it. Oh, you cannot download it. You can let me show. Open it. Download the linked file. Okay, you can use the right click and download it. Downloaded the linked file. Okay, and then put it to the same folder. All right. Okay. Okay, I will stop recording, and if you stop recording.